Hi, this is Matthew. Going to briefly talk about the next Chicago release. It's just a compilation, which I'm going to call it 31. I decided on the love song just to call it 29A and group it with What's It Going to Be, Santa. So 30 was 30 and this is 31. It was in 07. It was the Best of Chicago 40th Anniversary Edition. Pretty similar to that Only the Beginning set. Some new tracks. It's all the single versions. The big band track is gone. Pretty much the same songs most of the way through, so nothing too interesting. Two new tracks are there, Via with horns, and then Love Will Come Back is without the Rascal Flatts vocals, which is interesting. I didn't realize that. I didn't go listen to it just because it looked the same, and there was no indication as to what was different. But probably something I would have maybe grabbed had I known about it at the time. I might have grabbed it anyway, just for the having the new songs at the end of it, not having to go pull them off the other one in some way. But I didn't know about it. That's okay. We'll go look at it just briefly, real quick, and just so you'll know it's out there. And 2 discs, of course. We start out with question 67 to 68. It's the single version. And then 25-64 is also the single version. Does anybody really know what time it is? It's the promo single version. Make Me Smile is the single version, so it doesn't have that cool edit that they had back in 02. That's sad. Just the one you would normally have heard on a radio station. Beginnings is also the single version, so it's a little shorter, I think, at the end. Color My World seems to be the regular one. Doesn't indicate a single version because I think it's fairly short as it is. So I guess they didn't feel the need to make a different version or something. And then Saturday in the Park is also just the regular one, I guess. No single version that I can tell. Feeling Stronger Every Day, also the same thing. No single version. Just You and Me, same thing. I've Been Searching So Long is the single version of it. Call on Me, no difference. Wishing You Were Here is also the single version. I didn't think there was that much of a difference in the song, but maybe they may be a little bit shorter and they give me at the beginning or something. Still disc 1 here. Old Days. Another Rainy Day in New York City, which Apple Music just had as NYC, I believe. If You Leave Me Now. And then we'll go to disc 2. And we'll finish it out with maybe what a big surprise is the opening track. No difference. No Tell Lover is the single version of that one. Hard to Say I'm Sorry is the single version, so no getaway at the end, which is really sad because that just makes it an even better track. But so it fades right out that little keyboard thing, and then it's a version that would have been on like American Top 40 and other radio stations at the time. Let Me Tomorrow is also the single version, so that string thing is probably shortened at the end if it's there at all. Hard Habit to Break. You're the Inspiration. No differences on these. We Used to Love Me is the single version of it. If She Would Have Been Faithful seems to be the regular one. It seems like. Nothing but a single version on that one. I Don't Want to Live Without Your Love. No differences. Look Away is a single version, which I don't know there's too much difference in. What Kind of Man Would I Be is also the single version. You're Not Alone is also the single version. Here in My Heart is just regular from Volume 1 of Heart Chicago, but nothing else from that album is here, which is sad. Feel is the horn section mix, as I said before, from the last new album. And then we end with Love Will Come Back is without, apparently, the Rascal Flatts vocals. It doesn't indicate that on the track, though. No notes about it either. So, yeah, that's what Wikipedia says. I did not listen to it. I don't know. It would be kind of interesting to compare the two, because I definitely did not know Rascal Flatts was on it. I know the one vocalist from that, but yeah. So, yeah, that was that one. Just a really quick thing about it. And that would be it. Something I might have grabbed possibly at the time. If I had known about it, I might have thought about it. I might not have, but I might have grabbed it. I don't know. I don't have it. I don't know it existed. So that's okay. We'll move on to the next thing, which is the finally releasing Stone of Sisyphus as Chicago 32. So in 08, that will be next. And hopefully they'll have some background. I might look at that again as to all the stuff around it. I talked about it briefly. I'll probably go look back at it again. But just, it finally gets out. And I think Guns N' Roses had a similar thing with their album Chinese Democracy. I think maybe that year or year after, something like that. It was another one of those, it's never going to come out type things, and people would talk about it, and you'd see it in things about music stuff. At least I would. This I didn't know unless I read about the band. I knew about this one, but Chinese Democracy I would see, and even like 04, 05, I saw it in Rolling Stone. I'm like, one, I didn't know about it, and two, they kept talking about it. But that came out too. But we'll go to Stone of Sisyphus. Maybe might do Guns N' Roses someday. I don't know, but we'll go to Stone of Sisyphus next, and actually, I'll go listen to it again and talk about it. It again, kind of go over what happened to that album and why it got delayed so long. I'm not quite sure why they delayed, but at least they got their stuff back. Maybe that was Chicago getting their catalog back and getting with Rhino. Was like, can we put this out finally? Because this is driving us insane. But I'm not sure. But we'll hit it next time in the next video when we go to that album.